Hello guys, it's Stefan from the Hypermanic Entrepreneur. Today I want to talk about the question, should you fake it until you make it? So I've seen this topic discussed a lot for a long time, and it goes back to the issue of kind of the imposter syndrome, and should you actually kind of adopt um, the, this persona, like fake what you want to do until you actually get where you want to go. So that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about today. Should you fake it until you make it? And yeah, let's start. So what I think is an important starting point for evaluating this topic is what we actually mean by what. Okay, if we're faking anything, okay, what is it we're faking, what and by making it, okay, what does that mean? So there are two things we need to analyze by this statement. Okay, fake it until you make it. Okay, you make it, you achieve some sort of success, right? Okay, you go from your current situation over to the situation you want to get to, the desired future end state. That's making it. And okay, so what then does faking it mean? Does that mean that you're faking that you have, or pretending that you have already achieved this thing? Because there are some people who do that in the literal sense of actually portraying themselves as having achieved this thing. For instance, there are studios in Los Angeles where you can film film uh, basically as if you're in in a private jet, but it's really just a setup in a studio where it seems like you're in a private jet, but you're not. And similarly, it's uh, there are people on Instagram and so on who are taking pictures of other people's Lamborghinis and so on as if it's their own, and presenting themselves as richer than they actually are. And yeah, that's the pinnacle of faking it until you make it. And in my opinion, there are better ways to actually excel in your status than that route, because what you're essentially doing when you're faking it in the that way I just mentioned is that you're essentially lying, right? And when you're lying, you're going to get caught eventually, and when you are, it's going to tear down your reputation. So in a lot of cases, that isn't the most long-term solution. It's short-term. It may get a lot of views, a lot of engagement, but it's really risky and it can be harmful for your reputation in the longer term. So what I will suggest as an alternative to faking it in that sense is that, okay, you're at this stage now, and you're at this stage in the future. You don't have to pretend and lie that you are at this stage, but you can set yourself up and act in the present as if you were already in this future. Okay, you could eat better, you could track your calories, you could work out more, you could uh, work smarter, more efficiently, see how to actually uh, do things in better ways. Okay, what because okay, what you actually want to achieve. Okay, if you dress better, if you eat better, if you work out better, if you do all of these things better in the present. Okay, you prepare yourself better for who you become in the future without actually and without actually faking anything. You're not lying about anything. You're becoming a better version of yourself. You're turning yourself into the person you seek to become, and that makes you more. That brings out more in you of brings out more of your potential, because the more you focus on the more you actually explore and see how you can do things better, the better you become of yourself. And because that's what I think is ultimately a really important part of growth. And yeah, so so that's essentially the conclusion I want to get to, is that you're building the person you are today into the person you are in the future, and that doesn't come. You don't lay a good foundation for that by lying, by pretending you have something you don't, by pretending to be something you aren't. That doesn't set up the foundations for who you actually become, who you're actually becoming. But if you're working in the present to, okay, find your style, find your way to eat better, to work more efficiently, work smarter, find the business and niche that fits you right, that you have a passion for, that you're actually excited to fill out fulfill in the world. And the more you pursue that, explore out into the future of who you actually are deep down, and bring that out one step at a time, then you are actually building yourself into the future you, who doesn't need to make it, or who doesn't need to fake it. You will make it by building the foundations in yourself to prepare yourself to be ready for when you actually do reach that situation. So to answer the question, should you fake it until you make it? No, I don't think you should fake it. I think you should be the best version of yourself in the present, and continually explore what who and see who you are, who you want to be, and one step at a time become that version. Build the foundations of that version so that you don't have to fake it, so that you become better by by constantly developing yourself to the person who deserves to actually make it. So that's all I want to say for today. Let me know in the comments what you all think. Like and subscribe for more, and I will see you all tomorrow.